Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new boogeyman of the Ultra League, XL Registeel with ZAP Cannon. XL Registeel is an incredibly bulky Pokemon, and combined with the guaranteed attack drop from ZAP Cannon, it has turned a great Pokemon into a dominant one. For the team, we are running XL Defense Deoxys on the lead, not quite maxed out, Shadow Snorlax on the save switch, and Registeel as the closer. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out why XL Registeel is now the best Pokemon in the Ultra League. Hopping to the first match, leading Defense Deoxys into Poliwag. This is a fantastic lead for us. The opponent farms up and then save swaps into Shadow Wallrein. Unfortunately, the game freezes, and that is not great because I'm no longer sure how much energy they're at. Ideally, I would love to try and catch an Icicle Spear onto the Registeel if at all possible. So I'm just going to guess that they're at the back-to-back here, so I'm going to let this through, switch into the Registeel, and we're not able to catch. That is very unfortunate, as now this is probably going to be an Earthquake. I will commit the shield. It is the Earthquake, and by successfully shielding the Earthquake, I can now overfarm on the Registeel, and then we're going to go for the Focus Blast to either grab that final shield or secure the KO. Focus Blast takes them out, back in comes the Poliwrath, but here's where ZAP Cannon is incredibly deadly. We're able to hit them for massive super effective damage, and because of that guaranteed attack debuff, I'm actually going to shield the Dynamic Punch, because after the ZAP Cannon, the second Dynamic Punch is going to be doing less damage than the first would, and this is part of what makes an already bulky Pokemon absolutely deadly. They go for the Dynamic Punch. At this point, I have to watch for the catch. They try and catch on a Trevenant, but we're able to hold on to our energy and bring in Shadow Snorlax. This is a pretty decent matchup for us, but at a slight energy disadvantage, Trevenant can actually flip it, which does make it kind of scary. I am going to spam out these body slams. Unfortunately, they're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage, but any damage helps because Trevenant is not the tankiest Pokemon around. They're going for another Seed Bomb. We should be just outside of range for the third Seed Bomb. They get to it. We should barely survive this, and then I should be able to get off my move. We are able to get off the Body Slam. Unfortunately, will not be enough to KO, but at the very least, gets it quite low, and I believe we have energy on the Defense Deoxys, which we do. We are going to be able to go for the Psycho Boost. We did overfarm by one there, back in comes the Poliwrath, and in comes the Registeel with the loaded ZAP Cannon. ZAP Cannon does massive damage onto that Poliwrath, and now we're committing to the lock-on farm down. They get to a move, but at this point, one counter will KO. They go for the Scald, not enough to KO, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Defense Deoxys into Umbreon. This is not a great lead, even more so because my Defense Deoxys is not maxed. So I'll throw 6 counters, switch, and we're able to catch the foul play onto Shadow Snorlax. That is huge. We banked some energy, and even better, they swap out of that matchup and into Talonflame. I'm going to go for the Body Slam just as they throw their move. If it's a Flame Charge, which it is, we do survive, and they should not be able to farm down before we reach Body Slam number 2, which should be forcing a shield. Come on, Shadow Snorlax, can you get there? Yes, we can! Able to survive thanks to those PvP IVs, and we're going to be able to get that first shield. And shield advantage is very nice here. I'm going to bring in the Defense Deoxys and use it like a damage sponge. Even if they Brave Bird me, that's totally fine. They go for the Brave Bird. We tank that no problem. We can farm down. Well, maybe not if the game lags. Game lags quite a bit, and then we are finally able to farm down. As you can tell, my sets were very lag-filled today. It definitely wasn't a great experience. We're going for the Rock Slide to get chipped. We bring in Registeel, and their final Pokemon is their own Registeel. So the Clash of Titans, XL ZAP Cannon Registeel versus XL ZAP Cannon Registeel. We go for the ZAP Cannon first, and we do get the attack drop. That is quite nice. I am going to shield up their first 2 moves, just because Registeel is going to be doing more damage to us than Umbreon would, and now I'm going for the Focus Blast. Focus Blast, of course, will not lower their attack, but will hit for super effective damage, as that does get them below half. This could be a Zap or a Focus Blast. I'm not going to risk it. We shield up, and it is a Focus Blast, so I'm very happy that I shield. We're going for the Focus Blast, but they make a very nice catch onto their Umbreon. Honestly, the catch works out pretty well for me because I was going to need to double Focus Blast the Umbreon anyway, and even if Umbreon empties their energy, Umbreon just doesn't hit Registeel particularly hard. So we are going to go for the Focus Blast as soon as we get there. I want to try and preserve as much health as possible since their Regi does have energy. This is going to come down to a catch. Their Registeel versus mine. We swap and we're able to catch what should be the Focus Blast, and that will clinch the game. Able to make a last-second sacrificial swap. Focus Blast is going to be taking out the opposing Registeel, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Defense Deoxys into Shadow Wallrein. This is a pretty nice lead for us. We do get outpaced, but we're able to force shields with Rock Slide, and these counters will really add up onto that Shadow Wallrein. We do get the shield, which is great. I will probably need to swap out of this at some point in case they do have a fighter in the back. They actually end up going for an Earthquake, and then they bring in Cresselia. I'm going to bank a move, and then I'm going to bring in my Registeel. And Registeel absolutely loves to see Cresselia, even more so with Zap Cannon. I decided to shield the first move just because I'm going to Zap Cannon debuff, so that way their moves are going to be doing less and less damage. And that way we can preserve a ton of health on our Registeel. They are just going straight Grass Knot, so they're probably just trying to stall out the switch timer by throwing their cheapest charge move, as they do reach another. But as you can see, these charge moves are doing absolutely nothing to Registeel. We are farming up to 100 energy and going for another Zap Cannon. This will not KO, but it will get them very, very low. Their Switch Clock comes up. They bring in the Shadow Wallrein, but we bring back in the Defense Deoxys. We survive the Shadow Icicle Spear. Defense Deoxys, so tanky, and now we're able to get off the Rock Slide. And Rock Slide should be forcing that second shield, and we are able to reach a Psycho Boost. I may have been able to get the Rock Slide there, but I was a little worried I was going to get farmed down, so I decide only to go for the Psycho Boost. We're able to get them very low, and I'm going to bring in Registeel for the lock-on farm down. At this point, I just shield up whatever they have. If it's the Earthquake, it is. That is massive. Then the game lags again, third time in 3 matches. You love to see it. The game finally does unfreeze, and we are able to farm down, and the final Pokemon in the back is Giratina, and this game is over. We go for the Zap Cannon, get that guaranteed attack drop. We farm up some energy, try and catch a Shadow Sneak, no such luck, but Shadow Snorlax is going to be able to clean up the rest of this team. We go for the Body Slam because any chip damage is good. They bring in the Cresselia to reset that attack debuff, but again, it's just too little too late at this point, as Shadow Snorlax is able to hit the rest of their team for super effective lick damage. Back in comes the Giratina, and we are again going for the Body Slam. Body Slams don't do a lot. Any damage is good damage here, as the licks do get it into red health. They're going to have to go for double Dragon Claw to take us out here. The timer is coming up as well. We bring back in the Registeel, and we're going to go for the Focus Blast. Clock is up. Timer's coming up as well. We are able to time out our opponent, as this move is not going to KO, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Defense Deoxys into Lapras. This is an awesome Pokemon for us to see. Both Defense Deoxys and Registeel have incredible matchups. They save switch into Giratina Altered. I throw 6 counters, try and catch the Shadow Sneak, but I fail the catch. Failing the catch here is not great, because with a 12-turn energy lead, this Giratina can very easily flip switch here. On the bright side, switch advantage isn't excessively important for me in this game, hopefully, just because regardless of where it's aligned onto Defense Deoxys or onto Registeel, Lapras has nowhere to run. So it looks like I will unfortunately lose switch advantage, so definitely a misplay by me, but hopefully the fact that both my remaining 2 Pokemon have good matchups against Lapras should put me in a pretty decent spot. Going for the Body Slam, and they actually shield it, and that is a misplay that we can take advantage of, as they do give us shield advantage. They go for the Dragon Claw, doesn't KO, they're able to farm down, but with shield advantage and having their Lapras have nowhere to run, we should be in a pretty good spot. I will have to tank damage, but if there's one thing Registeel's good at, it is tanking damage. I am going to go for the Focus Blast. Focus Blast does not KO here, but it should set up for a nice lock-on farm down, so I should have a bit of an energy lead versus whatever their third is. So they are going to go for Shadow Sneak number 2. That does land. Going for the farm down, and we're able to get it. The question is, what is their third Pokemon? We have seen the Lapras, and it's Swampert. And you know what? I'm going to go for the Zap Cannon. I am predicting they are going to shield. We're going for the resisted Zap Cannon. We get the shield, and now we bring back in Defense Deoxys. I am shielding nothing here as they're one stage debuffed, and I'm hoping that because they're debuffed, they will switch out, and they do. That is massive, and now we are non-debuffed whatsoever. We did not have to Psycho Boost, and we are going to start unloading these Rock Slides onto the poor Lapras. This second one is going to be putting it into farm down range, does get it quite low, and they're at a move. I should be able to survive a Surf here, so I'm just going to let this go, and then Defense Deoxys is going to commit to the farm down, so we leave with quite a bit of residual energy to take on the Swampert. We farm up to the back-to-back Psycho Boost. I'm going to throw one and then swap, so I bank the second one for later, bring in Registeel, and with a 2-0 shield advantage, this game is over. Even if they double bait me, which they almost assuredly will, we are going to be able to reach the Focus Blast before they reach a third move. So we are going to be able to close out this game with Registeel. And as you can see, as what happens a lot with this team, the timer comes up as well. Focus Blast takes out the Swampert, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Defense Deoxys into XL Meganium. Now, that is not a pick you see every day in the Ultra League, so pretty cool to see. I am going to be going straight for the Rock Slide. The opponent does a very nice play. They actually overfarmed by 1 so that they could throw on the CMP tie, so that way I'm not sneaking through any extra counters. Because in this matchup, I believe I do need to sneak through a counter to win the zeros. So we are going to farm up. This time I'm not going to throw. I try and go for the extra, but unfortunately I am not able to get there. I do survive Frenzy Plant number 2, but unfortunately I get to the back-to-back Psycho Boost as they reach Frenzy Plant number 3. So not being able to sneak through a counter ends up being rather big. I am going to throw one Psycho Boost and then actually swap to save it for later in the match. We bring in Snorlax and they bring in Galarian Stunfisk. Superpower does hurt quite a bit in this matchup, and the licks add up as well. I'm going to wait for them to throw their Earthquake, and then farm up to the back-to-back Superpowers, because these Superpowers apply a ton of pressure onto that Galarian Stunfisk. Going for the first Superpower, it connects, we farm up a little bit, and they are able to reach a Rock Slide. I do survive the Rock Slide, but that was a misplay by me. I should have just thrown the back-to-back to either force that second shield, or take them out and preserve the health. As now, we're in a bit of a tricky spot. I need Reggie to have a favorable matchup in the back. It's Swampert, and unfortunately, not going to be able to win that one. Hopping to the next match, leading Defense Deoxys into Shadow Dragonite. Now, that is not a Pokemon you see every day in Open Ultra. A very, very cool pick. I am going to overfarm slightly so I can throw on good timing, and we're going for the Rock Slide. This will not KO, but it will get it very low if it lands, which it does. We switch on the back-to-back, and we're able to catch onto the Shadow Snorlax. So they do have a Dragon Claw loaded. I have to be mindful of that. And then they bring in Typhlosion. And boy, am I happy to see Typhlosion here and not versus the Registeel. We go for the Body Slam. Body Slam does get a shield. At this point, I will get outpaced, so they'll get to 2 Blast Burns before I get to a second Body Slam, so I'm just going to let this go. We're going to bring back in Defense Deoxys. We do outpace them, and we're going to be able to reach that Rock Slide. They do tank that Rock Slide, and honestly, I'm going to commit the shield and farm down. I don't want this Typhlosion to see my Registeel. We're able to farm them down. They may try and throw the move with Dragonite, which they do. We're able to read it, and we catch onto the Registeel. Dragon Claw not going to be doing a whole lot of damage here. And the final Pokemon in the back is Gengar. They throw on 7. This is not enough for a Focus Blast. I'm going to let it go. It is the Shadow Ball, which hurts quite a bit. But I am going to be able to fire back with the Zap Cannon. I'm expecting the shield. They actually let it through. Oh my goodness. This is a little tough. At this point, I just have to trust in Defense Deoxys. So I am going to let that through. Just the Shadow Punch. We're actually able to lock on farm down a Ghost type. And we're able to reach the Focus Blast versus the Dragonite. That takes them out. And that's a good game. And hopping to the final match, leading Defense Deoxys into Talonflame. This is exactly where we want to see Talonflame. We do outpace them to the first move by a single turn, and we're going to be able to go for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide almost assuredly will get the shield, and we do survive any one move here. So I'm going to let this through, hoping for the Flame Charge, but it is the Brave Bird. They actually stay in. They try and catch the Psycho Boost onto Wallrein, but we hold onto our energy, and we're able to bring in XL Registeel. I'm going to be able to debuff them, so I'm shielding the first move, and it is the Earthquake. That is so nice. And now we are going for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon does big damage onto Wallrein. Does not KO, but does get it very low, and we barely outpace them to the next Earthquake. We're able to reach Focus Blast. Focus Blast does KO. They decide not to shield. They bring back in Talonflame. And here's another situation where having Zap Cannon is incredibly potent on Registeel. They go for the Flame Charge. We are pushing for the Zap Cannon. We are able to get to the Zap Cannon, and this will be forcing the shield. And then we're going to do a combo play back in with the Defense Deoxys and go for the Rock Slide. And this is going to be doing massive damage onto the Talonflame. It takes them out, and the final Pokemon in the back is Umbreon. And this is going to be a very slow end game, but at this point, this game is over. We are going to do as much damage as possible. It looks like they're trying to farm down, but the counter damage plus the Rock Slides are really adding up. They're going to leave with a ton of energy, but after they farm me down, I'm going to be in a pretty comfortable position. I'm just going to be able to bring in the Registeel to basically just absorb some energy, and then from there, Shadow Snorlax will be able to take them out. We bring in the Registeel. Registeel will tank a move, and then it is Shadow Snorlax time, and from this range, a Body Slam should be enough to KO. And again, Shadow Snorlax, incredibly tanky, so we tank whatever they throw. We go for the Body Slam. Body Slam will be taking them out, and that is a good game. And now some final thoughts on XL Registeel with the Zap Cannon. First off, as I mentioned at the beginning, I believe it is the new best Pokemon in the Open Ultra League. Zap Cannon gives it increased coverage, allowing it to hit Pokemon like Jellicent and Talonflame that it couldn't previously. And in shielded situations, the ability to have that guaranteed attack drop makes it incredibly deadly. So going forward in the Open Ultra League, if you're going to be playing it this week or even next season, I would definitely make sure to bring 1 or even 2 Registeel counters, as I'm expecting to see a lot of them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And we have released Writing on the Wall merch. Do have a link to our store in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.